Hey Audio team. We've had a really challenging change in context moving from the live auditorium space to live streaming. And in hindsight, dropping audio team into the live streaming space without any context around it and kind of help in training was probably a bad move. So what I'm wanting to do is just develop a bunch of resources and make stuff available to us that's going to help us to take our mixes to the next level and really deliver a full sound in a space that and sending to a space where we aren't. And that's the reality of where we are. We're mixing in a studio, but it's sending across to the TriCaster and it's going out into people's homes. And that's a challenging thing because we don't have that environment when we actually do our mix. So there's two things that I want to let you know about. Tomorrow night, Lockie and Blaine and I are hosting a chat. I'm hosting a chat with Lockie and Blaine in the studio, looking at our mixes and in maybe even some other contextual mixes for live streaming, and talking about some of the challenges and some of the processes that we can go through to address those, and really and how we can make our sound fuller, take up more of that dynamic range, and really deliver a high quality performance to our congregation. The second thing that I want to let you know about is a fairly long form video that David has done up about breaking down my testimony which is the second track from the new Elevation worship album, and we're actually singing it this Sunday. So it's a musical breakdown with a mixing twist. And by that I mean he's not talking about EQ, he's not talking about compression, he's not talking about reverbs. It's talking about the foundational structure of that music and how we can use our mixes to enhance or squash those certain elements and the different parts that contribute to it. It's really, really worth a watch. He goes from basics to more complex stuff, and it's really accessible by anyone of any skill level. So these two things I'm saying are mandatory viewing. Now, I always want to preface that like nothing is ever going to jeopardize your place on the team, but I really, really encourage you, make time for these. The video itself is like almost an hour long, but it's worth every minute of it. And the live chat we'll be hosting live, but we'll also make it available for viewing after. I want every single member of the team to be on these and to get the most value out of it, because I really think that these are going to set us up for the future and not only change our mixes here in our current context, but once we come back, like I was talking about with Tommy in the All-In, any change in process and any skill that we grow in this context is only going to add to our live performances as well once we come back to the live Sunday services. So get involved there, start conversations about them. If you've got questions, reach out. If you've got thoughts or you like, oh, I actually don't agree with this, start a conversation. It's okay to have these discussions at this level where we can break stuff down really, really in the nitty gritty. But let's get on the same page about how we want to talk about music, how we want to mix music in a general sense,